So Brenda's convinced that her husband Bob is cheating. So we jump into my Mustang and we're going to go do a drive-by at the office where he says he's working late. And we pull up and we see his Cutlass Supreme sitting right out front. And me, I breathe a sigh of relief. I'm like, okay, thank God. But Brenda, she's not convinced. She says, Deb, something still doesn't feel right to me. I want to go inside. I said, all right, I'll park. So Brenda and I, we make our way to the 5th floor where Bob's office is. We go inside and sure enough, there he is. And he was just laughing and carrying on the phone with someone. And Brenda's frozen. And then we hear him say, well, I can't afford the whole night for you, but I think a few hours would be a lot of fun. And I looked at Brenda and I said, oh my God, he's talking to a working girl. He's trying to hire a lady of the night. And I said, the heck with it. And I ripped that phone right out of Bob's hands. And I said, and who might this be? He said, my name's Richard Clark. And I said, this is more complicated than we even thought. I said, okay, Richard Clark, well, what are you doing talking to my best friend's husband? He said, I'm a DJ with Party Town Entertainment. I'm talking to Bob about doing a 40th birthday party for his wife. Can I help you in some way? My boyfriend Phil and I, we have this saying and it goes, don't show me what you got. Show me what's in your heart. And it really just means that all the material stuff in life, it doesn't really matter. It's what you got going on the inside, how you treat people, how you love, the kindness that you show others. So when Christmas morning came and there was no gift for me under the tree, well, I felt so bad for feeling bad about it. I said, Deb, stop it. You said gifts weren't important. But in that moment, I felt like I'd been forgotten, and that hurt my feelings. Then I said, okay, get yourself together, Deb, time to make breakfast. And I went to go crack some eggs, and Phil says, you know what, Deb, I think I just want a bowl of Captain Crunch. So I'm pouring the cereal, and out falls a velvet jewelry bag. I held the bag in my hand, nervous about what it could be, and Phil said, I picked it out just for you. And now you got something sparkly to wear on New Year's Eve. Phil said, now be careful with that. It's fragile. And I pulled it out of the bag to find. He got me these pair of earrings. And I said, are you friggin' kidding me? I said, they're gorgeous. I'm going to put them on right now. Yesterday was just like any other day. I fixed myself an egg salad sandwich. I was sitting down to watch The Young and the Restless, and in the blink of an eye, my entire life changed. Brenda came storming through my house like a bat out of hell. She was crying. She was shaking. She couldn't get a word out. I said, Brenda, what is it? You're scaring me. She said, Deb, I was the first caller through. We got tickets to see Tina Turner. And I just couldn't even believe what I was hearing. I said, Brenda, if this is a joke, it is not funny. She said, Deb, I'd never lie to you about this.
Welcome to Love Connection, where old-fashioned romance meets modern-day technology.
I've heard from a lot of the men that I have dated that I've emasculated them, that I'm too strong-willed for them. And my answer to that is, that sounds like a personal problem. I met a man at Woodstock. We fell in love and got married 2 weeks later. He was a surfer and a candle maker and a free spirit, if you will. And in 1978, he ran off with the circus. Any man who dates me is going to have to be okay with paranormal activity because I do have several ghosts living in my home. I was featured in an episode of Unsolved Mysteries. I do sing in a Janis Joplin cover band at the bowling alley on Tuesday nights. Waiting for a train, and I spin this, spin it, there's my dreams. If feeling good was good enough for me. Hey, you gotta be with a man that loves music. I make the best fish dip you'll ever eat in your life. My biggest fear? Kangaroos.
Hey, lady. Hi, how can I help you? Oh, I was just thinking maybe we could put on a crime documentary and eat something nasty. That sounds really tempting. No, I can't. I am going to be doing some healthy and productive things for myself today. So please, I don't have time for this. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't want to be in that space. You want to write in your journal, maybe make a little salad, do a little clean girl aesthetic makeup. Give me a break. That's not, you're not, why are you making that face? Gonna do some manifestations? Okay, you can stop. How's that going, by the way? That's not necessary. I understand not wanting to commit to an entire episode of something. Want to just doom scroll? I could get some good snacks. No, we are not going to doom scroll. We're not going to scroll, period. We're going to be deliberate about our cell phone use, and we're going to stay in a good, healthy, positive place. Take a day off, okay? Actually, if you must know, I'm going to be shooting some videos. Oh, I'm sorry. You're busy making your little TikToks. Give me a break. Okay, that's rude. Come on, baby. Come on, come with me to the dark side, baby. Take it easy, sleazy. Okay, look, I'm not going to beg. Offers on the table. Call me.
Sometimes in this life, in order to get what you want, you gotta go after it. And in my case, the thing that I want above all else is love. In my quest for Mr. Right, I have been dating a lot of men, multiples at once. And sometimes it's hard to keep track. That's why I keep a little black book. In my black book, I keep record of all the men I'm dating, and I have a star system that rates them. Right now, I'm looking at the last 5 men I went on a date with, and I gave Terry 1 star because he passed gas in the dining room at Dairy Queen and did not say excuse me. Now, I only gave Gerald 2 stars because while he was fun, he took me on a date to Hog Heaven to watch women's mud wrestling. I didn't think that was very appropriate, so I guess I'm gonna X out Terry and Gerald. I will not be seeing them again. I gave 3 stars to Henry for our romantic picnic in the park. He made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and we drank Boone's Farm wine. I even got a little drunk. I gave Lloyd 1 star because we had coffee at Nell's Diner and he did not pay the bill. And at the end of the date, he also asked me for $5. That is very unacceptable and I will not be going out with him again. I do need to call him though. I gotta write that down. He's gotta give me that $5 back. Last night I had a date with a man named Frankie and well, he got 5 stars. I'm gonna put a little kiss by his name. I will be seeing him again.
Hey, hon, Mustang Deb here, and I got a very special message for you. Word out on the street is you've been having a tough time. And I'm real sorry for that, hon. I really am. And I hope that easier, brighter, more peaceful days usher their way in very soon for my friend. I know that when the days are long and the times are tough, they feel like they are never, ever ending. And you wonder, gosh, is this all there is? Is this as good as it's going to get? The answer is no, hon, because there are so many wonderful chapters in store for you. Now, I've talked before about how sometimes when we try to find the lesson because it comforts us, every once in a while, we turn up empty-handed and we say, well, gosh darn, what the heck was the lesson in that? I think it's okay to say that, you know what, this just stinks. And we gotta just do the best we can until things get better. But I'm gonna tell you what's a fact, hon. When those happy moments come, and they will, when those times that you celebrate are right in front of you, they're so much sweeter. There's like a certain kind of appreciation that would never have existed if not for the contrast of the tough times and the tough things you've been through. So just know that the sweet success is on its way. It's gonna taste and feel so wonderful. But until then, you take care of yourself. You take care of my friend. You be kind to yourself. You get your rest. You get your good sleep. You be mindful of your good health. Eat your vegetables. Drink your water. Turn off the television when you know it's time to go to bed, hon. And sometimes, hon, it's okay to put that ringer on silent. I'm thinking about you, hon. I love you. Don't forget how awesome you are. Honey, are you fancy on a fixed income? Don't worry. I'm going to give you some tips. Everything I'm wearing today is very well made. It is designer and very valuable. However, I paid very little. Ask me how I did it. Don't worry. I'm going to tell you. The cowboy hat, it was made for none other than musical legend and fashion guru himself, Boy George. The fashion designer, Victor Kiki Cameron, made this for him for a very special performance. He named it Disco Ball, and somehow, some way, it ended up at a live auction at the Metro Zoo. It was a fundraiser for the endangered Florida manatees. Unfortunately for them, the turnout was not good. However, yours truly was there. Got this at the starting bid, $25. The pin, honey, I commissioned this from an up-and-coming jewelry artist. Her name is Alice Appleton. She takes old antique tchotchkes and she puts together these gorgeous one-of-a-kind pins. Now, honey, look at this fur. It was sourced from the original Broadway production, 1982, Andrew Lloyd Webber's musical, Cats. It was a marketing trade. Honey, I have the gift of gab. She gave me this. I said I'm going to tell everyone I know about her. Guess how many clients I've already sent her? 47. Recognize this? It's a Swatch watch. Now you are going to pay top dollar to get one of these in the stores. Honey, I found this in a jar of buttons at the Goodwill. $3.50. I am telling you, there are treasures afoot. Don't pay full price. I'm real happy to be on this date with you, Samantha.
Thanks. I'm so excited to be out with you too, Ronnie. Hi, y'all ready to order?
Samantha, are you ready to order?
Oh yeah, I can order. May we please have 2 chocolate milkshakes and 2 orders of fries? Okay, 2 french fries and 2 chocolate shakes. That sounds delicious. Now, I have to ask y'all, and I hope you don't think I'm overstepping my bounds, but are you 2 on a first date?
Yes, ma'am, we are on our first date.
Oh, I knew it. I told the girls. I said, I think they're on a first date. That is so nice. I am so honored to be waiting on you for your very first date. And Sugars, I'm going to go put a very special song on the jukebox for you.
Oh my God, that would be so awesome. Thank you.
I wonder what song she's going to play. You know, I've never asked you, but do you have a favorite song?
Oh, wow, gosh, that's totally a hard question. But if I had to choose, I would say This Magic Moment by Benny King and the Drifters, for sure.
Freak yeah, I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs, too. I swear.
Oh my God, no way. Are you serious?
I'm serious. I play that record all the time in my room. They just don't make music like they used to, man.
It's so true.
So anyway, tell me some more stuff about you.
No way.
Oh, that's weird, man. Freak yeah. I got goosebumps on my arms.
Cheers to this magic moment, Ronnie.
I have always loved this song. If there is a lesson to be learned today, y'all, it is that you cannot give up on love. I said never. I said never, ever. I said never, never.
And what are we doing today?
Hi, how can I help you?
Yes, we do take walk-ins. What would you like to have done?
Okay, great. Well, if you'd like to have a seat, I will go ask when she's available to take you. If you want to help yourself to some magazines, she can take you in about 15 minutes. Yeah, you have beautiful hair. Hotlick Salon, this is Steph speaking. How can I help you?
Uh-huh. Oh, you're from Chicago, the Windy City. How wonderful, honey.
Great. Thank you so much, Felipe. I have you down for 2 o'clock for a color consultation and a haircut. I'm going to put this tape on you, okay? I'm sorry, you're making really intense eye contact. Can I help you with something? Okay, because I'm just like trying to shampoo your hair. Weirdo.
Steph, honey, Diet Coke. Honey, baby, sweetie, please of the Chicago deep dish pepperoni pizza. I'm going to pump up your chair. Phil and I had just sat down to some sloppy joes and tater tots when the phone rings. I knew it was going to be Brenda, and I knew why she was calling. She said, I need to talk to you now. How fast can you get here? I said, I'll throw on my Kino sandals. I'll be there in 5. And I walked into her house, and I found her on the couch shivering like a little mouse.
And she said, Deb, I was at the beauty salon earlier, and Donna told me something that you told me. I never wanted her to find out the way she did. I was a coward for not being able to tell her myself first. And then she put her head down. And when she looked back up, her eyes were filled with tears, and she said, Deb, tell me it's not true. And I just said, Brenda, you know, if you're talking about what I think you're talking about, I can't do that. I said, Brenda, I am so... And then she was crying, and I was crying. She said, Deb, how could you? She said, you got tickets to the Love Sexy Prince tour, and you're not taking me? I said, hon, it's the Love Sexy tour. I'm taking my sexy man.
Tina, dear, would you like to go next?
Well, for show and tell today, I brought a very special guest. Can you guess who she is? Rainbow Bright. Rainbow Bright is a young girl who brings joy and color and laughter and light to the world. And she lives in this really magical place called Rainbow Land, where she works to protect all the beautiful colors from the evil and the darkness in the world, especially from these two guys, Murky Dismal and his bumbling sidekick Lurky, who are trying to drain the world of all its joy. A couple of fun facts about Rainbow Bright. She came out as a doll in 1984, and she also got her own cartoon series that ran from 1984 to 1986. And in 1985, she got her own movie. It was called Rainbow Bright and the Star Stealer. She's really awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And she's got this sidekick companion, a sprite named Twink, and this magical horse named Starlight. I guess the moral of the story is, in a world of murky dismals and lurkies, be a Rainbow Bright. Here, guys, you can pass her around so you can take a better look.
I'm asking you in advance, will you go to the prom with me?
How did you do that stupid dance?
Oh, come on, son. Okay, how about kissing?
Yeah, it's important.
Oh, it's a must.
Definitely.
Hello? Hello, Stephanie, it's Raven. Hey, Rev. I would like to formally invite you, Ronnie and Samantha, to my birthday party. It is in a fortnight at the cemetery.
Grody, you want to have your birthday at a cemetery?
Oh, and Stephanie, because I love literature, please prepare a poem to read.
I mean, you know I'll be there, but I'm not reading a poem.
Well, it's a poetry party, Stephanie. That's the theme of my birthday.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Stephanie, if you always do the same boring themes, how will you ever grow?
Okay, I'll call Samantha and tell her.
Smashing. I'll see you tomorrow at school.
Bye, Rib.
Hello?
Hey, Samantha, what are you doing?
Just babysitting little Tina. What's up?
Well, I was watching a movie, and then Raven called me to invite me to a birthday party at a cemetery.
Yeah, I know. She told me. It sounds really cool.
Oh, she already told you? Okay, because she acted like I was supposed to invite you.
Well, the thing is, I don't think I'm going to be able to go. I already agreed to babysit little Tina that night.
Look, let's just bring little Tina. It'll be like the time of her life.
I don't know, Steph. I think she'll be scared.
Oh, well, I am not going if you are not going.
Okay, well, I mean, I could ask her parents.
Okay, great. See you at school tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, Steph.
Hey, when I get off at the salon tonight, do you want to go to the mall?
Oh, Steph, I wish I could, but actually I have to babysit little Tina tonight.
Grody to the max. You've been babysitting all the time.
Trust me, I know. She's a sweet kid, but she has been such a handful lately.
Incoming, here comes your boyfriend, third period, Ronnie. Hey, Steph. Hey, Ron, how you doing?
Hey, Samantha. Hi, Ronnie.
Hey, well, I wanted to tell you that my parents' record store is having a Dolly Parton lookalike contest, and they need some people to work it.
Oh my God, I love Dolly Parton. That would be so much fun.
Yeah, I wanted to invite you, Steph, and Raven.
Steph, do you want to do it?
I work at the salon most nights. What day is that?
It's 2 Sundays from now.
Oh, well, I have Sundays off, so count me in. I'll ask Rev.
Awesome. Well, hey, it's going to be free food. My parents said we could pick out a couple of records, and they're also going to throw some cash.
You can count me in too.
Freak? Yeah. Okay, well, I'll see you later, Samantha.
Gag me with a spoon. I'm standing right here. Get a room, why don't you? Thanks for the flower, George.
You're very welcome, Stephanie. A beautiful flower for a beautiful flower. Steph, if you'd agree, I'd like to buy a movie ticket. I believe you said your name was Theodore? George. Steph has already agreed that I'll be buying her ticket. Is that right, mate? All right. Popcorn it is then.
No, you don't have to buy my popcorn. And George, you don't have to buy my ticket either. We came here as friends, you guys. You know I got you, Samantha.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Barf me out. You guys are too cute. Can we get tickets to see Coming to America?
Oh, Tina, no, I'm sorry. That movie is rated R, plus most of us have already seen it.
Hey, but Tina, man, don't sweat because we're going to see Great Outdoors with John Candy. Supposed to be real good. Yeah, it's supposed to be really good, Tina, and Dan Aykroyd's in it. Okay, cool. All right, y'all, we all agree, Great Outdoors? Yeah, I really want to see the Great Outdoors. Is that good for you, George? I do love John Candy.
I'm not quite in the mood for comedy. I'm going to go see Poltergeist 3. See you after.
Hey, guys, I'm going to buy some gummy bears and you guys can have some. Aunt Maud, it's always good to see you. I see you let your permanent grow out. You look good. And I want to thank you on behalf of the entire staff for you taking these kids to the movies. A little parental supervision is appreciated. Yeah, just, taking the kids to the movies. Y'all enjoy the movie now. Aunt Maud, you keep an eye on them. And what can I do for you? Hey, hon, I was gonna see the John Candy movie, but not with all those friggin' kids. Can I get one ticket to Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit.
Thank you all for coming to Wild Out Records' very first Poetry Slam.
Yeah.
Anyone who has a story or a song in their heart is welcome to come up. My husband Rainbow will be going around with a bamboo basket for any love donations. Deborah will be putting out some refreshments free of charge. Help yourselves. But right now I'd like to share a poem that I wrote for our mother, Earth. You nourish me, you feed me, you breathe me. I do not like to see your destruction. Help her, help her, help her. Your waves are too high, your winds are too fast. We need to slow your breathing. Look to the sky, do you see the sun? I cannot see it for the chemical clouds block my view. We must save her. Your fertilizer is making our mother infertile. Slowly, lovingly, deeply nurture. Elephants don't belong in the circus. Free them. These hands were made for planting seeds. Seeds of love. Mother made my lips for singing songs of peace. Dance is for those who believe. Dance is for those who are free. Do you hear her?
That was great. I love you, Trish. Amazing, Trish.
And now Rainbow will be doing an interpretive dance for you all.
Get ready with me as I style my curly hair. I have naturally curly hair, and I thought that I knew how to style my hair, but I have recently found the curly-haired side of TikTok, and the influencers have influenced me. I got a couple of products that I want to try. I'm not here to sell products or anything like that. I genuinely just want to try them and see how my hair turns out. Now, I've been seeing a lot of the curly girls use this Curl Smith multitasking conditioner. You can use it as a regular conditioner for a couple minutes, or you can leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes. I did the deep condition option. I put it on for about 15 minutes. This has been all over my TikTok feed. And again, I was influenced. The influencers influenced me. I'm going to try it. It's called Scala. It is a Brazilian hair curling cream. It's very inexpensive. It's a huge tub, and it smells really good. It kind of smells like, it smells good. It kind of smells like baby lotion. I got this brush that I saw everyone using, and again, I got influenced. It works really good. This is the first time trying it. First time. This brush is great. I got this continuous spray bottle. Oh, wow. I'm just putting a little moisture back into the hair because it was starting to dry as I was talking. And now I'm going to put the product in. Now, what was interesting to me when I started watching all of these videos is that the curly girlies were putting their hair up and then putting the product in by section, going section by section. And I've never done that. I've just slopped it in and gone like that, and then that's it. Okay, so I think you just wet it more. Okay, like that. Now I'm putting the product through this first section, and then you take the brush and brush it, and then I'm not going to bore you with the rest of this process. I'm going to go ahead and finish this. I'm going to go dry my hair, and I'll be back with the after. I am losing my mind. Check this out. I have never gotten results like this. And keep in mind that I'm using a $20 Conair from like CVS. It's not a proper diffuser. I think it turned out really good. I mean, that styling product was $8 or $9, the equivalent of anything you'd buy in the drugstore. And I think it curled my hair great. And I did that deep condition. I think that probably helped. And then the styling technique that I learned from my girlies on TikTok. This was so much fun. Thanks for going on the journey with me.
Wow, y'all did good. Now, does anybody want some dessert? Oh, I'm so sorry. The cappuccino machine is unfortunately broke. Can I get a busboy in this place? Hi, Shane. Order in. Have you seen a busser? Where are the bussers? Hi, sugar. What do you want to drink? I swear, we got all these people working here. Nobody's around. Hi, Shane. Order in. I swear I'm going to quit this place one day soon. Hi, Shane. Patsy, can you go check on table 5? I don't think anyone's been to them. Shane, do you need a water or an iced tea? You know, it's not fair that Patsy's always getting the good table. She comes in late. I think she drinks on the job. Don't say anything, but I think she does. And she ain't never do her side work. On the side. I swear, these people. I mean, bless her heart. Shane, extra sauce on the Salisbury, please. Patsy, I did not say that. I would never say that. Have you seen a busboy?
Meet Mary Shelley, darling. She's about to turn you into a gorgeous monster. Hot Look Salon, this is Steph speaking. How can I help you? Hello, Stephanie. Hey, Theodore, what's going on? Well, I was calling because I was wondering if you'd like to accompany me to a midnight showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show. Freak me out. That sounds weird. Although I probably would say yes, but I have drivers out in the morning. Gotta stay sharp. All right, rain chick. Totally, for sure. Actually, a group of us are getting together on Saturday if you want to come with. Theodore Oliver, please bring me Mr. Darcy. I'll be right there, Mummy. Smashing, I'll be there. Great. Theodore? Hey, Steph, did you know I'm in the band? Betcha no, I didn't know you were in a band. No, not a band, the band, like marching bands. Very cool. All right then, see you soon. Great. Bye, Theodore. Babe is totally bitching. It's like Revenge of the Nerds around here. Meet Mr. Darcy, darling. He's about to blow you away. She's strange. She's beautiful. She's magnificently unusual.
Yesterday was not a good day for me. And I found myself at the counter at the Roy Rogers, digging through my pocketbook looking for some change to give the gal behind the counter. And as I'm digging through, my pack of juicy fruit goes flying out. And I bend down to pick it up, and there's a hand reaching for it. And I look up, and I lock eyes with the most gorgeous man I ever seen in my entire life. And I said, thank you. And he said, you're welcome. And he said, look, I hope this isn't too brazen. He said, I noticed you the moment you walked through the door. And he said, if you're not busy, I'd love to take you out over the weekend. I said, I'm flattered, but I usually don't accept dates from people I don't really know. And he said, well, ask me something. Ask me anything you want. I said, is that a real members only jacket you're wearing? He said, it is. I said, you're taking me to see Rocky 3 on Saturday.
Hi, sugar. Can I get you some dessert? What would I recommend? I love that question. Yes, I do. Well, there are so many wonderful desserts here at Nell's Diner, but I'm going to put the question on you. What are you in the mood for? Do you want something sweet, something tart, something chocolate, something fruity? Honey, there are endless possibilities. Yes, we do have key lime pie, and it is good. However, and I probably shouldn't be saying this here under my employer's roof, but I like mine better. Yes, I make a homemade key lime pie that is to die for. It's more than a pie, honey. It's a love letter and a graham cracker crust.
What makes my key lime pie so special, I'm glad you asked. It's that graham cracker crust. That's traditional. That's what you're going to find in the Florida Keys. And I don't use regular limes. No, I don't. I use real key limes. And I don't use Cool Whip. No, I don't. I use meringue. Homemade meringue. I have a catering company on the side called Roberta's Refreshments, and all the folks who have ever hired me, they will say that my key lime pie has a little bit of magic. And I'm going to tell you what those extra ingredients are. Patience, passion, and a little bit of emotional instability. Now, I do sell my pies by the whole, so if you are interested, just give me a call. I was at Kmart earlier doing a little shopping. I got some cosmetics, some cornstarch. I bought a copy of Peggy Sue Got Married. I get into my car, and I can't find my keys in my pocketbook. So I'm digging in there. I end up dumping the whole thing out onto the passenger seat. I look up, and I see a man who looks just like Mr. Clean, tapping on my window. He says, "Ma'am, can you open up?" I said, "I don't think so. I'm not going to be on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries." And I'm looking around for anything I can use as a weapon. He said, "Ma'am, I need you to open the door." I said, "And I need you to go back to your apple farm, Mr. Clean, because I'm not coming with you today." He shouts, "Lady, you're in my car." And that's when I noticed the fuzzy dice hanging in the rearview mirror.
Hey guys, do you want to see what I got for Christmas? First, I'll start with my stocking. I really love Minnie Mouse. Yeah, my mom got this for me at Kmart. But guess what was inside? 3 oranges and a handful of walnuts. Yeah, it was pretty awesome, but guess what else? It's a kaleidoscope. It's really cool. You put your eye up to it and then you turn this part and it changes all kinds of cool colors. Here guys, you can pass it around if you want to take a better look. Rolos and Hershey Kisses. Yeah, and a couple of barrettes for my hair. Here, you guys can have one. But that's not all. Guess what else? Well, Santa brought me a Casio. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's baby pink, just like I wanted. Okay, are you guys ready for the main event? Close your eyes. Okay, now you can open them. It's a Cabbage Patch doll. Yeah, this is what I wanted more than anything for Christmas, and I was really sweating it because my mom and dad told me not to get my hopes up. But they came through. They came through in a big way.
Do you ever find yourself at a social gathering when people ask you, "So what do you do?" And you feel sort of pressure to come up with some great answer? Maybe you feel shame around what it is that you do or you don't do. I used to feel that way. And then I started reframing what it is I do. I am a waitress, yes I am. But I am so much more than that, yes I am. I don't just take orders, serve food, and clean up dishes. I nourish people's minds, their bellies, and their souls. I'm going to serve you the meatloaf and mashed potatoes, yes I am. But I'm also going to ask you about your grandmama's recipe. I talk to them. I ask them how their day was. I listen to their stories about their grandkids, their children, their hopes, their dreams. And when they come in to celebrate their anniversary, I bring them a little pie with a candle. And I tell them to make a wish because birthdays are not just for wishing. No, they're not. I want to be the bright spot in their day. So yes, I am a waitress, but I don't just serve pie. I serve enthusiasm. I serve inspiration. I serve joy. And I serve love. I've been talking so much about myself. I'm sorry. My name is Roberta. I will be your waitress this evening. May I start you with something to drink?
The other night, something happened that I'm still having a hard time talking about. It was about 10:30 at night. We had just gotten back from the cinema where we saw Nightmares on Elm Street. And we were sitting out back on Brenda's patio having a couple of Long Island iced teas. There was just a chill that went down my spine. And I said to Brenda, "I feel like someone's watching us." She said, "Deb, don't start." And that's when I turned and I saw him standing at the sliding glass doors looking out at us.
and I jumped and I screamed. And then the most terrifying thing happened. I realized the man was me. It was my own reflection in the sliding glass door.
Power's out, so menu options are limited, but coffee's still warm and we have pastries.
That sounds perfect. It's great seeing you, Patsy.
Much obliged, Ranger Joe. I'm happy to see you, too.
I miss Nell's Diner biscuits and gravy, but I miss my favorite waitress more.
I've been wondering what happened to you. I thought you took a trip to the Bermuda Triangle. Some of the regulars said you moved out of town.
I took a ranger's job in Cujo, but when I heard there was strange activity on the water here in Flamingo, I felt it was my duty to come back.
The stolen lobster traps?
Amongst other things, yes.
Will you be staying for good?
Stop staring, baby. It's impolite. We can listen, though.
I intend to.
Good. You know, I think I have one more guava and cheese pastry. I know you like those. And 1 cup of Joe for Joe. Coming right up.
This storm is getting worse, Deborah. Sure is, Brenda.
It's raining cats and dogs out there.
Tropical Storm Chris, why, he's making himself known.
Want to tell ghost stories?
Tina, hon, you were just getting all worked up when the power went out. I don't think that's such a good idea.
Please tell me the Lion Man legend again, Aunt Deb. I love that story.
I think Aunt Deb is right, baby. Let's just relax a little and try to think happy thoughts.
I have a scary story. Yesterday I was working a double, lunch and dinner. We stopped eating dinner at 9:30. Well, at 9:29, a 5-top walked through the door.
Always on a double shift too, honey.
Well, let's hope they tipped you well.
1 guava and cheese and a cup of coffee.
I'ma put my week's worth of tips on they didn't.
Sure didn't. Left $1 and change in a mini Bible.
Looks great. Thank you, Patsy. Can you join me?
Well, seeing as you're my only customer. Sure.
Gosh, sorry about that, hon.
I knew it, and I bet they praised the service too.
Said it was the best service they've gotten in town.
Can I help you?
Table for 1?
Cheese and rice. I did not think we would be getting a rush in the middle of this storm. You go ahead and take your seat, honey, anywhere you like. I hope you like muffins, 'cause that's all we're serving.
Tina, dear, would you like to go next?
Well, as some of you may know, my birthday party is coming up in a few weeks. And over the weekend, my mom took me to Kmart to get invitations, which I will be handing out to everyone on Friday.
But guess what else?
Well, after we were done at Kmart getting my birthday invitations, my mom said that we could go to Pizza Hut since I had a book it to cash in, and also so she could talk to them about my birthday party.
But guess what?
While I was there, I got a personal pan pepperoni pizza, and also, it's a Care Bears cup. I really wanted to get the glass one with tender heart on it, but my mom said I had butterfingers, so she let me get this. Yeah, it's really cool. It says, Care Bears say, have a bear-rific day. I use it for my juicy juice. Guys, guess what? Sharing is caring. Pass it around so you can take a better look.
Here, take some necklaces. Do you like parrots? You can take this one too. Do you need any shoelaces? Good, here, take them. Can you use this? Oh no, I have 5 more. Look, it even has toilet paper. Take it. I don't know what's in here. Let me take a look. Oh. They're your mother's baby teeth. Take them. Do you need a new pocketbook? Could you wear this? Why do I need it? It never gets cold here in Miami. Take it. Now these. These were your great-grandma Sybil's pearls. There, take them. No, go on, take it. I want you to have it. What's the point of having a granddaughter if you can't give her everything you have?
Mama Sylvia, I love it.
Can you stop all that racket? My granddaughter's here. I'm calling the board. This ring, look at how gorgeous. I would never give this away, but look, I bloat. It doesn't fit. Take it. No, wait, give it back. No, keep it. Just don't wear it in front of your Aunt Patsy. She's very sensitive. She gave it to me for my birthday. Look, isn't she gorgeous? It's a little Cafe Cito cup. It says Florida. Take it.
You like it? Take this brooch. Take the brooch. Here's a brooch. Oh, look, another brooch. Oh, no. You take it. Enjoy. It gets very, very hot here. Here, take it. It's perfume. Take it. Oh, honey, you're very, very, very welcome. Now let's go to Corky's. Get my pocketbook. I have some gum for you. Hi, Deb, honey. Are you ready to order?
Hey, hon, I'll have a cup of coffee, 2 eggs scrambled with a side of home fries and bacon.
Okay, sweetheart, I'm gonna go put this in for you.
Thanks, Caroline. Now listen, before you go bring that order back, I do have a question for you.
Sure, sweetheart.
I know you get a lot of regulars in here, so I'm wondering if you know anybody by the name of Stanley who's got a girlfriend, Denise.
Well, I know two Denise. One is about 85 years old and the other one is married to a Jason. Now, Stanley, I do know a Stanley. He comes in here all the time. He works front desk over at the Rustic Seahorse.
No, not that Stan. I know him. This guy I don't know. I don't know his last name, but I'm looking for him. He has a girlfriend named Denise who went missing from the parking lot of a Dairy Queen, and I am on a mission to help him.
Oh my goodness, that is terrible, honey. Now listen, I know everybody in this town and just about everybody comes in here, and I've not heard a lick of this.
I'm going to give you my card. Okay, you take this and you call me. Remember, the guy's name is Stanley, and he's got a girlfriend, Denise.
Honey, of course. If I find out anything, I'm going to phone you right away.
Thanks, hon. Please talk to the other girls for me if you can. Any information you got would be very helpful. Now, I do have one other question. What muffins are fresh today?
It was just like any other Thursday night. I was sitting on my sofa eating a Marie Callender's chicken pot pie, watching Magnum PI, and the phone rings. It's Brenda. She says, Deb, you got a minute? And her voice is shaking, and she says, little Tina and I were just over at the Dairy Queen, and when we were heading in to get our cones, I saw a few hippies sitting out on a blanket outside a VW van, and they were playing Peter, Paul, and Mary's Puff the Magic Dragon. So I gave little Tina $1 to go run and give them a tip. We go in for our ice creams. Are you ready for this? Okay. Then she tells me, when we come back out, there is a flying saucer just overhead of us. I said, a flying who? She said, a flying saucer, Deb, a UFO. I said, so this thing was just flying around the Dairy Queen parking lot? She said, honest to God, it was, Deb. And she said, and then it shot up into the sky real fast and it was gone. I said, okay, are you okay? She said, yeah, we're okay, but when I was driving out the parking lot, I looked at the VW van and the blanket and the guitars were still on the ground, but the hippies were gone. She said, I think the aliens took them. I said, I think Puff the Magic Dragons were dragging on some devil's lettuce, got themselves a case of the munchies, snuck into the side entrance of the Dairy Queen, and got themselves a few soft serves, hon. I wouldn't worry about it.
Spend the morning with me as I set up to shoot a 3-character sketch. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Casey Dressler. I'm an actor and writer based in New York City, and I am the creator of The Neon Girls, which is a universe of 1980s character comedy. And today I'm going to be shooting a sketch for a series within the series called Nell's Diner. So I'm going to do 3 characters, and I'm going to show you how I do it. I have everything I need set up to get into makeup, and I have a lot of characters. So for the sake of simplicity, what I usually do is I assign each character a signature look, a signature costume, and a signature makeup look, so I can kind of keep them straight. But today, because we are shooting 3 different characters, to simplify my life, I'm gonna alter some things. I'm gonna give them all the same makeup look. But what I'm gonna do to differentiate them is I'm just gonna change their lips. Now, these 3 characters I'm shooting today, they all work at the same restaurant, Nell's Diner, and they all wear the same uniform. This uniform dress and this pink polka dot apron. Okay, I'm going to show you my setup. So before I ever even get into makeup, I always make sure that I have my lighting equipment set up. All my makeup, props, wigs, everything is preset so that when I get into makeup, I can just jump into costume and jump into wig. So I'm going to show you how it's all set up. I have a caboodle set up with all the palettes I'm going to use. I have preset the girls' wigs. I have their eyelashes. I got a second cup of coffee for myself, the props that I'm going to be using in the sketch. So we have a guest checkbook and a pink pencil. I have preset their earrings and their bangle bracelets, the phone I'm going to use in the sketch, and the nail polish that I'm going to give for them. This is my lighting. This is the only thing I use unless I'm using natural light from the window, but I'm kind of shy in private, so I don't often do that because, of course, all of New York City will see me. But I use this, and it's great. It works for my purposes. I do very close shots because I do live in a small space, so this is great for me. Okay, let's go get into makeup. I have found that good lighting kind of does the job of concealer, so you don't really need a lot when you're filming. I think it's really important to mention that the products I'm using, I have only ever used on my own skin. They work for me. I am not sponsored by any of these companies, but because I am often asked, especially about my lips and my eyes, this is the palette that I most often use for the Neon Girls. And today we're going to do a Miss Piggy pink look for my character Caroline. That's her signature look. She has pink eyes and pink lips. We're going to start with her, and I'm going to put this pink on the bottom part of the lid. Then we're going to blend these two pinks here on the upper part. When I first started doing my makeup online, I was using those little sponge brushes that would be very authentic to how people did their makeup in the 80s and 90s. I had not graduated to brushes, and it just happened that I ran out of them and someone had gifted me the brushes, and so I've adapted to using them. I love this palette because it doesn't take a lot of effort, and I'm not wearing a primer or anything. It just goes right on, real thick and nice and bright. And I do wing the girls' eyes. I give them a glam look. Of course, all of my characters are very influenced by 80s pop culture, MTV, the New Romantics, big glam looks. I don't often do looks that you would see, let's say, on your friend's mom who was a bank teller, I go big. But Miss Piggy really was one of my earliest comedy influences. I remember watching The Muppets Take Manhattan as a little kid, and the scene with her and Joan Rivers getting into the makeup fight, that is one of my earliest memories of comedy and recognizing something to be really funny. Okay, now I'm gonna take this brush and I'm gonna go in with this pink. And we're just gonna do a little blending. We don't have to go crazy because blending wasn't as much of a thing back in the day. Okay, I'm gonna use the same brush, but I'm gonna wipe it, and I'm gonna go in up top by my brow with the lighter pink, this pink here. I'm going to use this Wet n Wild Pac-Man palette. I'm going to go in with my finger. The case broke, so we're not going to pretend like it's not broken. And I'm just going to, this is like a white, shimmery, glittery situation that I'm just going to go like this. Now, often ladies of the 80s would use a pencil for their eyeliner, and they would often heat the tip with a lighter so that it went on more smooth and more dark. But we are not going to complicate our lives for the sake of being historically accurate, and I'm going to use my good old standby. I always use a black liquid liner, and you can use any one that works for you. It really doesn't matter. I switch all the time. So I am going to, just bring it out a little bit past my eyeline. As a general rule, I try to be historically accurate, but it's my interpretation as a modern day woman. So sometimes maybe the nails that I use for Donna, let's say, are not exactly the shape that they would have been mid-80s, but we're working with what we got in 2024 and we're having fun. And that's all that matters. These are the lashes that I use pretty much for all of my characters. They go on very well. They are light. They are very natural looking, and I like them. Now we just applied a very thin layer of the adhesive to the lash, and I'm just going to go in and stick it on. And it fits my lid pretty well. I just pop it on like that and allow it to dry. Okay, now I'm about to give away a little secret of mine. I do not have a blush right now that I love, so what I have been using is this pink eyeshadow that is part of my Wet n Wild palette. And of course, it's like a little tiny little square. So I squeeze the brush and I go like that. Now I'm gonna do a hard looking blush. I'm gonna squeeze in my cheeks like this. And I'm gonna paint from here to here and around my eyes. Now I'm going to do Caroline's lips, and I am going to start with a lip liner. It is a dark pink, and I'm going to give her a little more than I got, meaning I'm going to line my lips further than what my line is. Give her a little heart shape, kind of. Now you can use any pink lipstick. I'm going to show you my special ingredient for my neon girls, but in this situation, I'm going to use this Trixie Mattel Stacy lipstick. It is a pink matte, which is gorgeous. Love Trixie, and we're just going to put this on. Okay, this is the special ingredient that I use for the girls. This is a Wet n Wild frosted pink lip gloss. I put this over whatever lipstick that I use to give it that sort of frosty look. Now I'm gonna go get into costume for her and film her part of the sketch, but at the end of this video, I will introduce you to all three girls. Okay, I just shot Caroline's part. I'm gonna take off her wig. I'm gonna take off her lips and her accessories and get into the next character, which is my character, Roberta. Okay. I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm gonna go get into wig and costume, shoot Roberta's part, and then I'll be back for the last character. Okay, now I'm gonna take off Roberta's wig and put on Patsy's wig and just swap out accessories and lipstick. This was my third and last character, Patsy. I'm gonna go put on her wig, shoot her scene, and then properly introduce you to the girls at Nell's Diner. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Thank you for calling Nell's Diner. This is Caroline speaking. How can I help you? Oh, honey, you're going to want to race on over here because tonight we have lobster bisque. Yes, we do.
Hi, y'all. My name is Roberta Jones. And what can I get for you this evening? Oh, my word, that sounds wonderful. You gonna love it.
Hi, Gerald, honey. I have 3 shrimp cocktails for your favorite waitress, Patsy. Order in.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but honey, why did you and your ex-husband get a divorce?
I don't mind. I'm not ashamed of my past. My past is what brought me here. I've learned my lessons, and I'm better for them.
That's a very good mindset.
In 1981, my then husband of 6 years, Harold, he opened up his very own medical practice. He's a dentist. I was so proud of him. I helped him set up the whole office. We were so excited to start a new venture. Well, 6 months later, he comes home and I smell some perfume on him. So I asked him flat out, "Are you fooling around?" At first, he did not admit to it, but then he ended up telling me that yes, he was, and that he was in love with his dental hygienist, Kimberly.
Oh, that is unacceptable. How dare him? You have his children, you help him with his business, and he does that?
As you can imagine, I was very, very upset. I turned over tables in our house. I broke all our wedding china.
Honey, I would have broken everything in the house, too.
I even pulled the telephone out the wall. Harold and I, of course, separated. He went to stay with his mistress, and I stayed at the house with the kids. Now, 2 weeks later, there was a mysterious fire that broke out at his medical offices, burnt it right to the ground. It was very unfortunate, and what was even more unfortunate is I was the prime suspect. I said, "Officers, as God is my witness, I would never, ever, ever do something like that."
Well, I would have burnt the place down.
They said, "Well, we have evidence to prove otherwise." I said, "What evidence could you possibly have?" They said, "Well, ma'am, we found your lipstick at the scene."
I said my lipstick. They said yes.
Are you serious?
They said yes, your husband identified it as the rouge that you wear.
What a loser!
And my heart broke into 1,000 pieces. And I realized that my husband not only never loved me, but never knew me at all. 'Cause I have never, ever worn rouge.
That's true. I ain't never seen you in rouge.
That is very hurtful. A man doesn't even know what color lipstick you wear?
The case was presented to a grand jury and they decided that they wanted to indict me. So we went to trial, but I had very good representation and life goes on.
Well, I am very, very happy to hear that justice was served. Honey, I'm so sorry you've been through this.
Thank you, ladies. You ain't ever gonna catch me in rouge.
That's right. Don't ever you wear that rouge.
Do you think Stephanie's gonna like this woman?
Her soon-to-be stepmother? I don't know, but I'm on pins and needles waiting for her to call. She was nervous.
This Michelle, is she pretty?
Mother, that's not a concern.
Well, I'm sure she's not as gorgeous as you.
Sylvia?
Yes?
I love you, but I know what you're doing.
What? What am I doing?
You're trying to make me feel good, which I appreciate, but there's no need to do it at Michelle's expense.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
And the Academy Award for the Best Actress BSing away through a conversation goes to...
Oh, where shall we go for a bite? Corky's or Mario's?
Let's go to Mario the Baker. We'll go to Corky's when Steph visits.
She won't replace you, Donna. I know you're feeling like maybe she's getting the life you were meant to have. But we all have our paths. And what's meant for us will work itself out eventually. Haven't I always taught you that? That life with him was not meant for you, and it's a blessing you were never married. It hasn't been your time for all that marriage, Michigas, but one day, when you meet a real man who prioritizes your happiness, who you don't have to question, I'll pay for the wedding.
You're a real mensch, you know that, Mother?
So are you, sweetheart. It's why we have so many problems.
It's a telephone. Love the jokes. Hi, Deb. Steph calling from Hot Lick Salon, calling to confirm your appointment tomorrow at 1 p.m. for a perm.
Honey, baby angel, royal of raccoons. I'm gonna pump up your chair.
To a stranger.
Hot Lick Salon, this is Steph speaking. How can I help you? Oh, hey, Samantha. Thank God it's you. Do you want to hear, like, the grodiest thing ever?
When you're in doubt.
My lip phone broke and my mom is making me use the Diet Coke can. Yeah, and she's being super neurotic. She's like, don't break it. It's a collectible. I'm like, calm down, Diet Coke lady. I'm being careful, Donna. Thank you so much. Making an appointment for the best now. Anyways. Do you want to go to the mall tonight? Hi, yes, I do this for you. I am on the phone. If you'd like to have a seat, I will be with you in 1 moment. It's not a Diet Coke can. It's a phone. Look, it has a cord. I'm talking into it, okay? Okay, it's getting really busy in here. Call Rave and see if she wants to go with us. Dealing with the public is not for me.
Me and my Raven would like to wish everyone a very happy and safe Halloween. What is that, Raven? Raven would like to wish you a very happy Halloween too. That's a book bird. 'Tis the greatest night of the year. Oh.
Hey, Stewie, fire up 2 pepperoni pizzas. Hey, hon, what size shoe? Have fun, have a good game. Hey, hon, what size shoe? Here you go, Merry Christmas. Here you go, have a good game. Fishbowl? No, hon, unfortunately, Pictures with Santa Claus was canceled today because there was an incident involving a whiskey bottle, but he'll be here tomorrow. Oh my God, I love your jacket. Are those rhinestones? Friggin' gorgeous. Sir, I'm gonna need you to put that ball back. The one that you got under your shirt. The guy thinks I was friggin' born yesterday. Hey, stop banging on that claw machine. Where's this friggin' kid's mother? Saturday night, I'm over at the Moose Lodge. They're having a Christmas party. They're selling tickets to raise money for the kids. And I never win nothing, but I says, you know, a couple of bucks, it's not gonna kill me. I won. Check it out. Little Debbie Christmas trees. They're my friggin' favorite. I mean, you could call me Little Debbie. I don't got a lot going on for Christmas. I'll watch a Charlie Brown Christmas. It's my favorite. I always bake ginger snaps for my neighbors and the mailman. And I'll buy myself a carton of cigarettes. Merry Christmas. Hey, kid, quit banging on that claw machine.
Nels Diner, this is Patsy speaking. Hi, Shay. Order in. Hi, Mr. Anderson. Of course, we have plenty of room. You'll come in anytime you want. How about some pie, y'all? Wonderful. See you later tonight. Toodaloo. We have peach cobbler, apple pie, key lime pie, which is my favorite. We have a chocolate mousse pie. Water and Gerald's. I have 5 lobster bisques for table 8. Can someone please help me sing happy birthday? How's everything tasting? Can anyone help me sing happy birthday? Oh, wonderful. So nice to hear it. Can I get some birthday singers, please? Yes, the lobster biscuit's so chunky. I swear, no one better ask me to sing happy birthday because I will not be available. Hi, Caroline, a word? Well, a little birdie told me that you think I get special treatment, and I would never want you to feel that way, honey. Patsy, honey, I did not say that. I would never say that. Who told you that? Oh, I'm so glad because, that's further from the truth. We're a team, honey. We have to work together. Okay. Have a good shift. I'm gonna go.
সারাটা দিন আমাকে কথা শুনিয়ে শুনিয়ে কাজ করিয়েছে। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, আমার সংসারে আমার কাজ করতে কোনো সমস্যা নেই। নিজের ঘরে এরকম ফিসফিসিয়ে কথা বলছো কেন?
আরে মা কোথায়?
মা তো ঘুমাচ্ছে।
শিওর?
আপনি যে আমার ছোট ছোট বিষয়গুলোতে এত খেয়াল রাখেন, এতেই আমার ভালো লাগে।
তোমার জন্য একটা জিনিস আনছি।
কি জিনিস আনছস?
আপনি একটু চিন্তা করেন আপনার জন্য কি আনছি।
এই এত ছোট বাসায় তো 3 জনের হয়, কষ্ট হয় না থাকতে?
আচ্ছা বিয়ান সাহেব, আপনি কি আপনার মেয়েকে দেখতে এসছেন না কথা শোনাতে এসছেন?
মা, আজকে রান্নাটাকে তো দারুণ হয়েছে। অনেক দিন পর তোমার হাতে রান্না খেলাম। কোথা থেকে আসলে? কোথা থেকে আসলে?
আমার কারোর সঙ্গে কোনো সম্পর্ক নাই স্যার। কি কি বলেন এগুলো স্যার? আমি 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 তো জাস্ট শুধু জবটা করি, একলা মানুষ আমি।
লিলি, আমার নার্ভাস লাগছে।
স্যার, আপনি তো ইজি থাকেন না।
মাঝে মধ্যে আমাদেরকে একটু দাওয়াত টাওয়াত করবেন, রেস্টুরেন্টে নিয়ে যাবেন, খাওয়াবেন।
সেলফি তুমি বস।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, সেলফি তোলা।
আপনি মানে কেমন করে ঢুকবেন? তুমি ওই মিস লিলির বাসার ঠিকানাটা আমার একটু পাঠাও তো।
একটি পরিবার গঠন করতে চাই।
এমন একটা লোকের সাথে আপনি আমারে মিলাইলেন, হ্যাঁ, যার কথা স্বপ্নেও বাজে কিছু ভাবা যায় না।
জীবনকে জটিল করে দেখলে জটিলতায় ভরে যায়, যদি কেউ সহজ করে দেখে তাহলে সত্যি সত্যি রূপকথার মতো হয়ে যায়।
আমি একজন সহজ মানুষ, সব ঠিক আছে, কিন্তু এই ধরনের ফান এপ্রিল ফুল প্র্যাঙ্ক এগুলো আমি পছন্দ করি না।
আমি বিয়ে করতে হবে খরচ বাড়ানোর জন্য।
ইম্পসিবল। আর তাছাড়া আপনি শাহরুখ খানও না যে আপনার সব কন্ডিশন আমাকে মেনে নিতে হবে।
কিন্তু কথায় আছে না, ডোন্ট জাজ আ বুক বাই ইটস কভার।
মানে আপনাকে অনেক সুন্দর লাগছে আজকে। কি ঠিক বললাম না? যেহেতু হঠাৎ করে আবেগ উঠবে, আবার আবেগ চলে যাবে। বিজ্ঞাপনটা দিয়ে ফেলাইছি, আর 20,000 টাকা মিনিমাম পাইতাম আমি।